Today we're going to walk through a registration on the Cornhusker Council website. The cornhuskercouncil.org offers the following types of registration: event registration with activities, group registration with activities, group registration without activities, as well as registration for events without participants. Today we will walk through a registration that deals with singular individuals without activities, or what we'll call a simple registration for the rest of the walkthrough. In order to register for a simple registration, it is absolutely important you make sure you're logged into My Council. My Council, as we've discussed previously, is the service the Council provides to register for events as well as receive information from the website. And you'll know you're logged into My Council if the word My Council that we see up here, that I've just highlighted, is replaced with your name, or the username of the individual that you're logged in under. To log in, remember, we need to go to Sign In and click Sign In. And we need to type in the email address that we are using to be able to complete the registration. And then click Sign In. And as you'll notice, up here in the top left-hand corner, or rather right-hand corner, my name has been added in addition to My Council, so I know I'm logged in. The gray buttons up here, pay no attention to those, as they are additional items that most won't have access to. To register for an event, you can access the event through one of two ways: either by clicking the calendar and finding the event on the calendar, or by clicking Activities and Events. For purposes of today, we're going to click Activities and Events. Here we see the events that the Council currently offers for registration. Now, there may be other opportunities on the Council website for registration, for trainings or for banquets and what have you, that may not be Council level events, and so they may not wind up on this particular page. But for today, to walk through the event registration process for a simple event, we're going to click on the Learn How the iPhone Was Made. Maybe you'd like to learn how to powder coat your car article. And as we see here, this looks similar to a news article, except on the right-hand side, we see that there's a bunch of blue and orange buttons. These buttons either give you the details that the calendar would provide, and we'll click on that with this particular example, about the event. So we can see that on October 11th, Teledyne here in Lincoln, Nebraska, hosted an event called the Skilled Trades Exploring Night from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. We can also see a Google map that shows that Teledyne looks like it's at the corner of 48th and Superior Street, and the address is 4700 Superior Street. Now, if you wanted to add that to your event, to your personal calendar or to your pack calendar, all you need to do is click on Add To and select the particular calendar you'd like to add the event to, and then you can add this to your own calendar to remember the event. For today, though, what we're going to do is a simple registration for the Lincoln Machine Skilled Trades Exploring Night. After to do that, we'll click on the Register button, which is the bright orange button. A register button on the Cornhusker Council website will always be bright orange. Once you've done that, you'll come upon the individual registration, or what we're calling simple registration for this walkthrough screen. This gives you the basic information about the event, where it's the when and where, and what time. It also describes to you the type of the registration that you'll be completing. Go ahead and click Next. We see for this event that there's one registration option and that there is no fee associated with this registration. Sometimes there are fees associated with registration, sometimes they're not. It really depends on the prices and the costs associated with the event on a per event basis. Now we see that would you like to select our participant from your saved registrants list as an option. What a saved registrants list is a roster from either your unit website on the Cornhusker Council website, or it's a list of people that you've registered for events previously. When I select that, I can see that I can register myself if I choose, but for purposes of this registration, we're going to go ahead and say I'm not listed so I can walk through every detail with you. Let's click Next. Now you'll file the person's information with the event. It's very important that you put in the first and last name of the actual person that is registering for this event, as opposed to Scout 1, Scout 2, or your zip codes. And the reason for that is to really make the event run smoother and to ensure timeliness and registration and check-in for everyone. The information that you're entering on this event page is used solely for this event and no other activity. So or fundraising or anything of that nature. So please, if you know the information, please enter the correct information when you're doing registration. And we'll go ahead and enter the participant's email as well. This email address is used only to contact the individuals if we have an update about the event that is pertinent for them to know about, and it's also used if we need to cancel the event or postpone it due to weather or facility concerns or things like that. Now in this instance, for this event, we're asking for additional information, more than what we would normally. For example, the phone number is required for this event. The address is also required for this event. The gender is also required for this event. And whether or not there's any special needs for the individual is also required for this event. The reason this information is required for registering for this event is because we needed to be able to fill out some paperwork for Lincoln Machine. If we don't need information, we don't ask for it when we set up registrations. So please, if there's information in front of you that we're asking for, we need it to be able to make the registration process run smoother, make the event run smoother, and give everybody as most positive of an experience as we can. So your cooperation with the information that we request is very much so appreciated. Once we've entered all the information, go ahead and click Next. Now you're being asked, hey, we see you don't have this registrant on your saved list. Would you like to save them? Now remember, I mentioned that I am already on my saved list. So in this instance, I'm going to say no, because I don't need to have multiple versions of myself on the list. And now that I've said no, I don't want to save this participant, I'm going to go ahead and click Next. Now we're to the shopping cart preview, essentially, where we're being asked, okay, this is what we see you've registered for at this point. Do you want to either enter more participants, or do you want to save the registration to the shopping cart? If you're done registering for this event, go ahead and click Save Registrations to Shopping Cart and click Next. If you have more people to enter more participants, and click Enter More Participants, and you'll be taken back to step 1. What we're going to do this time, though, is Save Registration to Shopping Cart and click Next. Now we see a warning that says you must check out before you are registered for events, and that we currently have 1 or more event registration items in my shopping cart. Please note that I'm not registered for these events until you complete the checkout process. What this means is that you're almost completed with registration at this point. Until you go through the complete checkout process, however, you are not completed for a registration, and the council won't receive the information that you intend to register for an event, or that you've purchased an item or anything like that until you've completed your checkout. So we're going to go ahead and click Checkout. And we will go ahead and select, this is the address I want to use for the billing information. And I will note, we're not going to read through it today, but the council does have its payment and refund policy on the website, available simply by clicking this link right here. You must acknowledge that you've read this policy before you're able to check out. And I would encourage you, as you have time, to read through the policy and make sure you understand it. And if you have any questions, please contact the Council Service Center at 488-6020. or info@cornhuskercouncil.org. Again, the email is info@cornhuskercouncil.org, or the phone number was 402-488-6020 if you have any questions about the refund and payment policy. Now that I've said that I've read it, I'm going to go ahead and click Complete Checkout. Now I get a screen that says your transaction has been successfully completed and an order number for referencing. It also notes that a receipt has been sent to my address that I registered for with this, and Online Services Cornhuskercouncil.org has also received a copy of the same receipt. What this means is you're done. Congratulations, you've registered for a simple event on cornhuskercouncil.org. And to finish everything up and clear the screen of what you've been doing, go ahead and click Continue. And now we're back to the front page.